I'm 85 years old, and if I could go back and talk to my 40-year-old self, here is what I would say about cheap, tax-defaulted properties that are auctioned for 70%, 80%, 90% discounts with no mortgage or deed of trust loan. You can create a nice lifestyle if you know how to do this. But don't worry, we'll come back to the business shortly. And when I do, I'll show you how this offers the predictability, security, and certainty you need to build a better financial future. And I'll start with the life lessons. Expect to see a massive division between the people who take care of themselves and those that don't. Get enough sleep. Almost a third of your life involves sleep. You might as well make it amazing. By all means, learn how to sleep. Taking short walks of 20 and 30 minutes outside in the fresh air is going to help you more than most health gurus. Forgive your parents. They did the best they could with what they had. For your own mental health and peace of mind, forgive them and avoid resentment. Understand your parents didn't have the education that you had. Start exercising again. It's a way to activate the antidepressant part of your brain. And like sleep, it makes you feel good. Your friends and associates are going to change. If you feel uneasy and uncomfortable about certain people, stop hanging around with them. If you want a better life, you need to associate with better people. If you want better results, work on having better friends. If the people you are around leave you depleted of energy and drained and lifeless, change and surround yourself with people who share your vision. Upgrade your brain, read books, attend educational classes, meet new people with new ideas and new missions in life. Surround yourself and level up to the new adventures and new environments. Physically, upgrade your body. Lose 15 pounds through exercise and lifting and walking and running. If you save a small portion of what you earn, you'll have peace of mind, and the more you're able to watch your bank account grow, the more secure you're going to be and the more freedom you'll know. 40-year-old me should have started investing sooner. Understand that wealth isn't about luck or magic. It's about discipline, learning, and consistent effort. Start today. Learn to invest so you can turn dollars into more dollars and the security that you want and you deserve. This is where tax-defaulted properties become so powerful. With as little as 10 cents on the dollar, you can turn small investments into big paydays. I'll share more about that shortly. But first, if you believe some magical, mystical money chant is going to make you rich and rescue you from the economic turmoil that is taking place today, you're kidding yourself. You do not get what you want in life. You get what you think about deeply. The only chance you have is the one that you make for yourself. Choose a business that is filled with opportunities to grow, especially one that doesn't require government approval, and the governor of your state doesn't require you have a license. Tax-defaulted properties are one of those businesses. With no red tape, no waiting for approvals, no need for a license, you can jump in quickly and start creating a better future. Now at 85, I can honestly say that I've created a life that I'm proud of through this business. The best part, I didn't need to reinvent the wheel. I simply took advantage of the opportunities that were available to anyone that's willing to learn and take action. Opportunities like tax-defaulted properties don't just come around for a select few. They're available to anyone who's willing to put in the effort to learn. Your dream lifestyle is possible, and it can be built through real estate and tax-defaulted property. If I could tell my 40-year-old self one thing, it's this: focus your thoughts on what you truly want and take action to create opportunities. Life rewards those who act with purpose. What you do need is an experienced coach, a mentor, a guide to accelerate your success. Looking back, I realize how much faster I could have succeeded by utilizing a coach. At 40, Seek guidance. Don't try to do it all on your own. It's worth it. The 40-year-old me reacted slowly. These opportunities exist. Don't ignore them. Government auctions for tax defaulted real estate gives you an advantage because the starting bids are as low as 10 cents on the dollar. These properties are everywhere, and most people don't even realize it. That's why my training can help you see the potential profits in the margins between what you buy at auction for 70, 80, and 90% discounts and what you sell for later. Social Security predicts married couples will live well into their 80s and early 90s, which leads to, is your savings account capable of distributing money for 20 or 30 years after you stop working? That's why it's crucial to invest in something that provides predictable, reliable returns, something like tax defaulted property. If I were 40 again, I'd remind myself that longevity is a blessing, but also a responsibility. Start planning now for the financial freedom that you need in your later years. You probably need money. How do you solve that problem? Here's a suggestion. If you are physically ill with a bad cold or flu, you would not consider the condition to be permanent. Instead, you would think there's something wrong and you would do something about it, like maybe see a doctor or go to the hospital or maybe change some of your habits. Try to think the same way if you're suffering because you don't have enough money. We could call that prosperity illness. Why not do something about it? The way to solve that problem is by learning a program and a system that allows you to create wealth, like tax defaulted real estate. At 40, I wish I had known that money problems are temporary. If you start the right business where you can use formulas that produce successful results. What if you could buy real estate for 10 or 20 cents on the dollar from the local government with no mortgage and no deed of trust loan? Imagine solving money problems by purchasing properties for pennies on the dollar and reselling them for massive profits. It's not just a dream, it's a system, and I'll show you formulas that work. That would be a great start. Certainly everyone wants to be wealthy. When you open your eyes tomorrow morning, money won't be there before your eyes. My point is, you can't have what you want until you can create what you want in your mind's eye. That means you must think, what are you willing to do in exchange for what you thought about? Only you can create the equivalent of what you want. Wealth begins with a clear vision. The clearer your goals, the more achievable they become. The 40-year-old me needed to start imagining the life I wanted much earlier. Going deeper into the solution, think about a vegetable garden in your backyard. First, you plant the seed for what you want. It could be tomatoes. It could be carrots. It's the same with creating wealth. First, you plant the seed on what you want. Then you figure out, what are you willing to do in exchange to make that seed grow? Starting something new and unwilling to give up old ideas? Well, that's a problem. Your head is full of traditional viewpoints. Are you ready to acquire and develop new ideas and new viewpoints? What are you willing to exchange for success? Only a few people are able to solve money problems alone. If you knew how to solve money problems, you would have done so by now. At 40, younger people should implement sooner, planting seeds with new ideas, new strategies, and be willing to let go of old beliefs so you can grow. Coaches and mentors help with solutions, answers, and different viewpoints. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Keep it simple. The right system in place can make money faster than you ever thought possible. It's never too late. 40-year-old me should have learned to pick formulas that are proven and tested to work. We still live in a relatively free employment environment. You can change jobs whenever you want. The number one benefit of living in a free enterprise society is we are allowed to follow the dreams we create ourselves. For many, that means starting and owning a business and becoming an entrepreneur. Seeing yourself as a leader and not a follower carries a lot of responsibility. However, it's a path to a better life, which brings out a lot of critiques and finger pointing from others. At 40, I would tell myself leadership isn't easy, but it's worth it. Don't let criticism deter you from building the life you envision. In business for yourself, it's not a fantasy as many believe. For example, the SBA, that's the Small Business Administration, an agency of the United States government, publishes business data information about new businesses, and let's call them startups. There are many startups, and there are many failures. The numbers are shocking. For example, according to the Small Business Administration, 80% of all startups fail in the first 5 years. That leaves 20% remaining as survivors. Of that very small 20%, 80% of those will fail in the subsequent 5 years. Don't let the numbers scare you. Let them prepare you. Success comes to those who learn to ask experts and other experienced entrepreneurs for help and advice. Struggling to learn the solution to running a business is the hard way. It's not a lot of fun. The SBA will tell you why so many businesses fail. A short list includes, number one, most entrepreneurs fail to employ coaches, mentors, or guides. Number two, most entrepreneurs have very little, if any, marketing experience. Number three, startups begin with little capital, no reserves. This quickly leads to a cash flow crisis. If I could go back, I'd remind myself to focus on these areas and seek help from coaches with emphasis on marketing and sales. Tax defaulted real estate is abundant and it's cheap. In fact, it's a reliable way to build wealth. This requires you to think, research, and evaluate. Make no mistake, even though this system is both simple and fast, I have never said it was easy. In fact, after more than 30 years in the same tax lien certificate and tax defaulted property business, I have not found anything in this business easy. I tell myself, be willing to put in the effort and the rewards will come. Before you invest money, seek out advice from accountants, legal advisors like attorneys, and most of all, find experienced, successful coaches to help you. The local government sells, that is, they auction, tax defaulted real estate. The local county does not want the property. The local county auctions and sells to the highest bidder. These are no mortgage properties with starting bids as low as 5 and 10 cents on the dollar. The property is sold as is. It's buyer beware, caveat emptor. It's your responsibility to do your homework. Ted Thomas is an investor, a guide, an author, not a financial advisor, not an investment guru, and not a broker. Only uneducated people, I call them risk takers, purchase at auction without research and without a physical inspection. That means boots on the ground and a review of the neighborhood. Success will bring you big paydays, security, peace of mind, and confidence. At 40, I didn't realize how much research and preparation could reduce risk. Be smart, be thorough, do your homework. Expect dozens of property lists. Watch and learn what properties sell quickly. Don't quit your job. This could be a side hustle. You make enough money on a tax defaulted property to make your house payment, car payment, and have a 2-week vacation. You make your money when you buy at auction for pennies on the dollar. The published auction starting bids are only the delinquent past due taxes. The auction starting price could be very low, 5 or 10 cents on the dollar. If you don't get this part right, you will end up spinning your wheels and only make a fraction of the money you deserve. 40-year-old me needed to learn, start small, stay patient, focus on the formula and the system. It's a step-by-step process, but the results are worth it. I'm compelled to tell you, this is not start a new business, make thousands of dollars overnight. If you're starting over with nothing, you're going to work hard to make this or any business a success. I'm not saying it's easy. If you want easy, you should have a 9-to-5 job, not an investment business. You should be asking yourself, what is the downside? Then you're thinking correctly. Tax defaulted auctions have risk. Underestimating and not realizing the importance of marketing is possibly the biggest mistake entrepreneurs make. This simple blunder can make the difference between success and failure. At 40, I underestimated marketing too. Learn from my hindsight. It's the key to growing any business. You must research and know who your potential buyers might be. And you must research and have a strategy for your pricing. The successful sales solution is spend your money on marketing and media. To sell, use eBay, Craigslist, multiple listing service, Facebook, Redfin, and all possible online media. Spend money on signs for the front lawn and the neighborhood. Ugly signs get attention. Newspapers still work. Drones showing pictures from above the property and pictures of the inside enhance your customer views. Real estate clubs are filled with bargain hunters and fixer-upper guys and gals. Pay the real estate club commissions to display your bargain properties. You must know the competitive market and what your competitor is doing. Finally, signs should read bargains. They also should clearly state seller financing. America buys payments. The sign should show the words installment payment accepted. If you do this right, the whole process will be smooth sailing. If you don't, you'll struggle month to month and only make a fraction of what you deserve. If I could go back, I'd focus on marketing, street smart financing options like small down payments and installment sales. Tax liens and tax deeds offer incredible opportunities, but success comes from preparation, persistence, and the right guidance. Remember, you're not too old to start. It doesn't matter if you're 40, 50, 60, or beyond. There's no age limit on success, especially when you're working with the right tools and strategies. Your future is in your hands. It all starts with what action you take today. The world is changing fast. If I could talk to my younger self, I would tell myself these are the right steps to make money in the future. Financial freedom is a lot closer than you think. If you're ready to take the first step, get your free startup guide in the description below. I share strategies, insights, and lessons that I've gained over the years to help you achieve financial freedom. I'll see you on the next video.